Hey there, tech lovers and future fanatics. Glowing star ready to have your mind blown? Forget everything you thought you knew about fast internet. 5G is cool, but 6G is about to rewrite the rulebook. We're talking 1 terabit per second, zero lag faster than your own nerves, and a world where holographic calls, crash-proof cars, and global connectivity, even in the middle of the ocean, are normal. And guess what? China's leading this revolution with 40% of global patents and 300+ core techs. Buckle up. This 6G ride is about to get insane, and you won't want to miss a single second.
All right, let's talk about 6G. And I mean, let's really talk about it. Forget the hype, forget everything you think you know about fast internet, because what we're looking at here isn't just another upgrade. It's a complete reimagining of our connected world. Let's dive in.
So, you've probably been online, right? You've seen those crazy headlines and wild claims about how fast 6G is going to be. Well, let's start right there and separate what's real from what's just rumor.
And here is the wild part. The reality is actually way, way bigger than the myth. We're not talking a little bit faster. We're talking about a peak speed of 1 terabit per second. That's 1,000 gigabits. The official specs are literally 10 times more powerful than the rumors.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll look at the big announcement that really got everyone talking. Then, we'll get into what these crazy speeds really mean. After that, the fun stuff, what our world is going to look like with this tech. And finally, we'll see how China got to the front of the pack.
So first things first, the big news. This whole conversation really kicked into high gear when China announced that they'd officially completed the first phase of their key technology testing for 6G. This was a massive milestone and put everyone on notice.
And look, this wasn't some test in a sterile lab. They've already got over 300 core technologies locked down. And they proved it works in some seriously tough places, from the Taihu Lake region to way out on offshore drilling platforms in the South China Sea. We're talking real-world validation here.
Okay, so they've proven the tech, but what does that actually mean in practice? Let's get into the nitty-gritty beyond just saying it's fast and look at what 6G can really do.
Let's start with the big one. 1 terabit per second. That's just insane. It's not just a little faster than 5G, it's more than 10 times the theoretical peak. This isn't an upgrade, it is a total game changer.
So what does 1 terabit per second even feel like? Well, think about downloading a huge 4K movie, right? Maybe an 8 gigabyte file. With 6G, it's done in 0.08 seconds. You literally cannot even blink that fast. It's just done.
But, speed isn't the whole picture. The other crucial thing is latency. That's the delay, the lag. With 6G, we're talking less than 0.1 milliseconds. It's basically nothing. For all intents and purposes, the connection is instantaneous.
And check this out. This is the best way to think about it. It's 10 times faster than your own human nerve signals. The network can react before you can even think about reacting. This just blows the door wide open for things we've only ever seen in sci-fi, like a surgeon operating remotely with a robot with absolutely zero perceptible delay. Zero.
So when you put it all together, you realize 6G isn't just about making your phone faster. It's a totally different kind of network. They call it a super neural network for society, because it's not just for communication anymore. It can sense, it can compute, it can think, and it can communicate, all at the same time. It's like giving our whole world a central nervous system.
So, what does a world with a central nervous system actually look like? Now we're getting to the really cool part. How is this technology going to change, well, pretty much everything?
Okay, just imagine this for a second. In our daily lives, we're talking true holographic communication. You're not just on a video call, it feels like the other person is right there in the room with you. For transport, autonomous cars talking to each other, to the roads, to the cloud, all in perfect sync. They're predicting that could cut accidents by over 90%. In factories, you'll have these super smart mobile robots zipping around, no tracks needed, boosting efficiency by more than half. And maybe the biggest thing, no more dead zones, ever. This space-air-ground network means whether you're on a remote mountain or out at sea, you are connected.
But a future like that doesn't just happen by accident, right? It takes a plan, a serious strategy. So let's take a look at how China positioned itself at the forefront of this revolution and what the global picture looks like. And if you want to see who's leading the charge, just look at the patents. The data for June 2025 shows China out front with about 40% of all 6G patent applications. The US is right there too, with around 35%. So you can see this is a really intense race to innovate. But it's not just about inventing cool tech, it's about writing the rules for everyone. And this is key. China's technical proposals for 6G are already being adopted by the ITU. That's the international body that sets the global standards. So they're not just playing the game, they're helping to design the field.
And this didn't happen overnight. Not at all. They kicked off their formal R&D group way back in 2018. The roadmap is pretty clear. Start rolling it out commercially around 2030 and have it widely used by 2035. And the projections? By 2040, 6G could be powering 5 billion connections. That's potentially half of all mobile connections in the entire world. Just think about that.
So you see, inside China, this is viewed as way more than just a new generation of mobile tech. They call it a new quality productive force. The idea is that this isn't just another upgrade. It's the fundamental engine that's going to drive massive social and economic change for decades to come.
So, when you put it all together, holographic calls, cars that can't crash, factories that run themselves, this future feels like it's been pulled right out of a movie. But it's coming. And as we get closer, the real question becomes, what are you most excited to see? What application is going to change your world?